What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we got some bad news when it comes to the super middleweight undisputed expected showdown between 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez and undefeated IBF super middleweight world champion superstar boxer Caleb Sweethand Plants. With that said, Canelo Alvarez, 56 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 38 big wins by way of knockout. He's 30 years of age. He stands at 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. The last time we saw him in the ring was May of this year when he took on the then undefeated 2-division world champion. He was the WBO super middleweight world champion, British superstar boxer Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo Alvarez, he got a knockout, a TKO stoppage victory over Billy Joe Saunders in a unification bout. At the time, Canelo Alvarez, he held the WBA and the WBC and the Ring Magazine belt, and he picked up the WBO from Billy Joe Saunders. With that said, everybody expected Canelo Alvarez to go into a showdown with Caleb Sweethand Plants in his next fight in September. Mexican Independence Day weekend is the target date for that fight. With that said, there's a sticking point. Caleb Plant, 21 wins, no losses, no draws, 12 wins by way of knockout. Caleb Plant is 29 years of age. He stands at 6'1" with a 74-inch arm reach. The last time we saw him in the ring was January of this year when he took on IBF mandatory challenger Caleb Truitt, and he got a unanimous decision victory. With that said, they've begun negotiations according to Matchroom CEO and co-promoter of Canelo Alvarez. We have Canelo Alvarez Promotions, and he's co-promoted by Matchroom CEO Eddie Hearn, and he fights on the network of DAZN. But Canelo Alvarez, he did a 2-fight deal with Matchroom and DAZN after parting ways with longtime promoter and promotional company, that being Olympic gold medalist, former 6th-division world champion, Hall of Famer, superstar boxer Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya, and Golden Boy Promotions. Canelo Alvarez parted ways with them. He's been doing fight-by-fight basis. Did a 2-fight deal to fight Avni Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, and he fought a 1-fight deal when he fought at the time Caleb Smith, who was the WBA champion. So now he's essentially a free agent, and we know Caleb Plant has an exclusive deal with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, founder advisor Al Heyman, and he fights on Fox. Okay, obviously there's Fox, there's Showtime with the PBC. Those are the 2 networks in which they showcase their fighters on. With that said, according to these reports, Canelo Alvarez being a free agent, they're looking for Canelo Alvarez to do a 3-fight deal with them, not just a fight off, okay? Not just a one-off against Caleb Plant. They want it to be a 3-fight deal, according to reports, and they're not willing to do that. Canelo Alvarez does not want to be tied down to any company. He wants to freely be able to move how he so chooses. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he stated that it's important for him to become an undisputed super middleweight world champion. There's never been an undisputed super middleweight world champion, and there's never been an undisputed 4 major sanction belt holder of Mexican descent in the history of the sport of boxing. So it's history both way around either way around for Canelo Alvarez. For Caleb Plant, it's history one way. Caleb Plant is looking to become undisputed, the first person to do it in the super middleweight division. Now, this is not the first time they're negotiating, according to Canelo Alvarez and his team, who initially they're stating that they made Caleb Plant an offer, but Caleb Plant and his team have come back with a counter offer for Canelo Alvarez to fight 3-fight deal, which essentially they're saying that's not going to happen. Canelo Alvarez is going to have to make his way to Fox for a 1-fight deal, maybe a 2-fight deal, and then he's looking to still be a promotional free agent, okay? According to reports, Canelo Alvarez had offered to fight to Caleb Plant prior to fighting Caleb Smith, and it was turned down because they cited it was too short notice. And Canelo Alvarez is reporting to have offered Caleb Plant an opportunity to fight another time, and that was turned down because of short notice as well. No, definitely Caleb Plant, he spoke on that, and he stated that one time they definitely turned it down because it was too short notice. But he was in agreement to take the fight, but his team said it's just too short notice of a fight of that magnitude, so they turned it down. I don't know if the other one is true, but definitely one is on point. Both sides agree that he did turn the fight down once. Okay, now there's reports that Caleb Plant is looking for $10 million for this fight as well. Now we know, according to reports, Caleb Smith, he received $6 million. Okay, when he fought in a unification bout for the vacant WBC title and his WBA title, and the Ring Magazine belt was on the line, and he got $6 million. Then we know Billy Joe Saunders in the unification bout for the WBO title and Canelo Alvarez WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine belts. There's being reported that Billy Joe Saunders received $8 million. So now Caleb Plant is looking at it from the standpoint of, let's up it $2 more million. The trajectory, this is the way it's going. This is the way it's flowing. $2 million for more for Billy Joe Saunders than Caleb Smith. Now $2 more million dollars for Caleb Plant than Billy Joe Saunders for undisputed. There's higher stakes. It's a bigger fight. It's history on the line. So I understand that point when it comes to Caleb Plant. Okay. What I don't understand is trying to secure Canelo Alvarez for 3 fights. I do understand maybe possibly getting Canelo Alvarez to agree to a 2-fight deal with Fox and Showtime, okay? That being the Caleb Plant fight. If you beat Caleb Plant, defend your titles on PBC and Fox, and then you make your way to being a free agent once more. But for Canelo Alvarez, to fight a 3-fight deal, I mean, that's a stretch. Now, I believe that they want to get him to secure him to fight 3 fights on PBC and Fox, because if he beats Caleb Plant, there's two other major fighters in their stable that's been looking to secure a fight with Canelo Alvarez, that being undefeated 2-division world champion, the reigning middleweight WBC world champion superstar boxer Jamal Charlo, and undefeated 2-time super middleweight world champion WBC Mexican superstar boxer David Benavidez. So if he was able to beat Jamal Charlo or David Benavidez, and then Jamal Charlo, so on and so forth, you were able to secure your 3 major fighters in and around that weight class to fight with Canelo Alvarez. So I understand the business part and where they're getting at with that. But it doesn't look like Canelo Alvarez is willing to do so. He'll do a spinoff, right? Meaning that he'll do a Caleb Plant fight. If he beats Caleb Plant, he's undisputed. You give David Benavidez the opportunity to regain his WBC title. A mega huge fight, 2 mega massive Mexican superstars coming together. That's a huge fight, huge opportunity. It's a huge pay-per-view fight. And, after that, should Canelo Alvarez be victorious against David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez wants to be a free agent again. Possibly at that point in time, it sounds like he wants to move back up to light heavyweight and look to accomplish being undisputed there. He's looking to fight Arthur Beterbiev, who is the unified super middle light heavyweight world champion, and Dimitri Bivol, who is the WBA light heavyweight world champion. So Arthur Beterbiev, he holds the WBC and the IBF belts as light heavyweight. Canelo Alvarez already beat Sergey Crusher Kovalev for the WBO light heavyweight title. And Arthur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol holds the WBA light heavyweight world title. So those are options for Canelo Alvarez, and they're saying that if they can't get a deal done for Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant, well, that's his plan. That's his plan B, is to go up to light heavyweight and challenge either Arthur Beterbiev or Dimitri Bivol, because he wants to become undisputed in those weight classes in light heavyweight as well. Okay. If that was the case, I don't know why he vacated the WBO title. There seems to be talks of fights of Marcus Brown possibly fighting for the vacant WBO title. Who knows how that's going to play out? But with that said, these are the plan B for Canelo Alvarez. So I see that Canelo Alvarez, if he beats Caleb Plant, defends his title against David Benavidez, and then he's a promotional free agent once again, and he can go and then move up and challenge Arthur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol, who are with the Zone and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. They were opposite sides, so it just makes sense for Canelo Alvarez to do a 2-fight deal Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, and then he looks to exit and go to light heavyweight and make his name known and presence felt there. So let's see how this plays out and unfolds. But personally, I think that Caleb Plant, he has all the tools. He's a slick boxer. He's big. He's tall. He's rangy. He has respectable power. He has all the tools to beat Canelo Alvarez. Now, he's never been in a fight of this magnitude. He's never fought on this stage. And is Caleb Plant going to be able to sustain the pressure that's going to be on him in a fight of this magnitude with Canelo Alvarez? He has the jab. He has the size. He's 6'1". Canelo Alvarez is 5'8". That's being respectable. Okay, I believe he's more like 5'7.5". But let's say he's 5'8". That means Caleb Plant is going to have a 4-inch height advantage over Canelo Alvarez. He has a 4-inch arm reach advantage over Canelo Alvarez, and he's a slicker, quicker boxer, and he has respectable power. All the tools that it takes to beat Canelo Alvarez. But on this grandest stage that Canelo Alvarez can stay poised, keep a poker face, and knows what it takes, is Caleb Plant able to do what's necessary to win that fight on that grandest stage? So let's see how this plays out and unfolds. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hi, my name is Heather the Heat Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.